Testing. Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the episode 3 of the Dexterity Podcast. I said welcome to episode 3 of the Dexterity Podcast. Make some noise and round of applause for yourselves. Make some noise and round of applause for yourselves. I would like to welcome you to this amazing broadcast. You're wondering, where is Che? Where is Che? Che's doing all right. Me and him were on one accord, and I got the phone call from the young man of God, and me and him had a amazing conversation and gave me the blueprint of how he wanted to introduce me to his platform and how he wanted to start this particular episode. And once he put the mantle on me, and once he gave me the grace and the honor to be bestowed upon you all, I had to yield and I had to say yes. See, that's what all God is waiting for, is your yes. Just yield. And so I am here opening up for him. He's going to be here shortly. I'm going to give a little bit. I'm going to tap into my teaching. And then once I am done, I'm going to yield the platform over to the intelligent, handsome, and hardworking, inspirational, motivational, and did I say handsome, host that you guys are all used to in Che Dexter. Let's give him a round of applause for Che Dexter. Round of applause for Che Dexter. He's doing a mighty work, this young man of God, just to see his elevation and his growth in just 2 episodes. I am just honored to see his elevation, and I'm excited on where God is going to take him and his amazing platform. So let's continue to uplift him, and as he uplifts us, God is going to lift him higher. Make sure, he told me to take care of the meat and potatoes. Make sure that we are following on all of the social media platforms. We need to follow from the Instagram page. We need to follow the YouTube, like and subscribe to the YouTube. He told me that is very important. That is very important. He needs us to like and subscribe to the YouTube, so that way he will be able to live stream the episodes. And once he's able to live stream, he can have face-to-face interactions with his people. Also, do not forget to follow the TikTok. Also, if you want to make a donation, that will be on the screen displayed at the bottom. There is no amount. There's no particular amount in the spirit that you want to give. If you want to give anything, any seed that you want to sow, you can sow. All right. I think I took care of everything that I needed to take care of. Now, when I was talking to the man of God, and we were kind of navigating and drawing the blueprint of how we wanted to do this thing, I told him that I can't promise a time limit because there's no time or space in the spirit. God doesn't operate in time. But I told him that I'm going to complete my assignment. I told him that I was going to complete my assignment, and that's all that matters. So let's not burlay, let's not parlay, whatever the word is. Let's lay eyes on the word and let's get to work. If you are wondering who I am the Bishop, Senior Pastor, the Apostolic CEO of the Reach One Teach Millions Second Missionary Baptist Church, located on 75 and Mid Park. Located on 75 and Mid Park. When you take that exit off of 75 North, 75 South, excuse me, you have to make an immediate right. You have to yield and make an immediate right, or else you'll miss it. I think that's the word right there. See, some of us have been on the highway too long. We've been driving, but as you know, you eventually need to make an exit and get to your destination. You need to make an exit and get to your destination. And you have to yield. No, wait a minute. My deacon. This is my deacon. He's on apostolic assignment to flow with me, but he's not flowing right now. Deacon, cut that off. Deacon, cut that off. We didn't go over any of that. Thank you, Deacon. You know, music is powerful, and it could shift atmospheres for the better and for the worse. And I just felt like Deacon was shifting it for the worst. So we gotta be focused now and stay on assignment. But anyway, let's get into the teaching. As you can see, I'm wearing my cowboy hat because my message is dedicated to the Dallas Cowboy fans. The title of this message is Cowboys, I Told You So. Touch your neighbor, say, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. I told y'all that this was coming. I told y'all about the disarray. Now, before I can get into what I need to get into the meat of the matter, I must give context. I must give context for those of you that can't go back. Back in 2023, I spoke a prophetic word over the Cowboys organization, and they say warning comes before destruction. And we know in part and we prophesy in part, but we didn't. I spoke a word that is been over time manifesting, and it looks like the destruction is here. So back in a couple of years ago, I spoke a word over the Cowboys, and Deacon, if you could pull that up for me and play it for the listeners, and let's give them a little bit of that. So Deacon, if you could drop that track and you could take us back to 2023. Just a second. Let's go back into 2023.
This man, firing of coaches. I'll just leave it at that. Keep playing for me, sir. Say a quick prayer.
So earlier I spoke the firing of coaches. I said there was going to be destruction and more to turn, and I told the Cowboys fans that it was time to jump off of the ship because the ship was sinking. The ship is finally sinking, and for those who have maybe been living under a rock, the Dallas Cowboys have traded away not only their best defensive player, but arguably the best player on the franchise. Yes. The Dallas Cowboys have traded away Micah Parsons. He was a defensive end, outside linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys. He's been a part of the organization about 4 years. And just to give context, they were 28th in total defense, and they gave up an average of 355 yards per game. Now, Jerry Jones has had a history of withholding money from players. He held money from CeeDee Lamb last year. He was withholding it, and then he finally paid it the second to last week of this, before the season started, and gave him a contract. He did it the year before with Dak Prescott. They were having contract negotiations, but he eventually paid Mr. Prescott. But this was a little bit different. Now, Jerry Jones has had a history of withholding money, but for players, he eventually William McDowd and withheld nothing. See, Jerry had a problem with Micah wanting his agent and representation during contract talks. I'm going to say that one more time. See, Micah Parsons was entering his last year of his contract, and it was time for him to get paid. It was time for him to get what was due him, and it was time for a re-up or an extension of the contract. But Mr. Jerry Jones, had a problem that Micah wanted his agent and representation present during contract talks. Now, if you don't know, Jerry Jones, with you being an amazing businessman, with you growing the Cowboys franchise and turning it into the highest valued franchise in sports over football, soccer teams, over Barcelona, over Madrid, over all of these franchises, the Dallas Cowboys are the highest valued franchise in sports. So that means that Jerry Jones is, whether we like it or not, is a good business man. Deacon, I need you to shift for me just a bit. I said that he is a good businessman. I said he's a good businessman. Thank you, Deacon. Thank you for shifting. Thank you. I need you to turn up with me because we're going to go higher. I said he is a good businessman. There we go. He's a good businessman. Now, with Jerry being a good businessman and having to deal with different people and negotiating with different markets and businesses, with him being the amazing and smart businessman that he is, Jerry Jones, I got one question for you. Why in the hell would you? Why in the hell would you think you could talk to Micah Parsons without his team or his agent or his negotiation team? Why would you think that you could talk to Micah Parsons without his representation? You, my friend, are wrong. You can't just be talking, and we're talking about generational change in money. We're talking about breaking generational wealth, breaking generational curses. Flow, Deacon, with me. Flow. We talking about breaking generational curses. And you mean to tell me he can't have his agent in the negotiation talks? Jerry, are you crazy? See, this is my point. See, Jerry failed to realize that Mr. Micah Parsons, he has a good team. See, Che talked about that in episode 1. I watched episode 1 and he talked about having a good team. He talked about being surrounded and connected with the right team. And it looks like Micah is connected to the right sources. And they weren't going to let Jerry exclude them out of getting Micah's inheritance, of what he was owed. So let me calm down. Jerry had a problem with that. So with all of that, Jerry felt some kind of way, and he didn't want to negotiate. So when the reporters were asking Micah Parsons about the contract negotiation talks, he's telling the reporters that him and Jerry haven't talked or had any conversations about his extension of being on the Cowboys. So Micah said, no. I will not suit up. I will not practice until I get what's due me. I'm not picking up a football. Let's shift, Deacon. I'm not picking up a football. I said I'm not picking up a football, a weight, a dumbbell, a barbell, until I get a bail on my Zelle of that contract. I'm not doing nothing until I get what's due me because I've earned it. I've exceeded expectations. I've outperformed what I was supposed to do. I am one of the top defensive players in the NFL. I'm going too fast. Let me get into my notes. I don't want to be off. I want to operate in order. So let me go layer by layer. So when Micah Parsons called out, said that he hasn't spoken to Jerry, Jerry proceeds, his pride and his ego wouldn't let him get the best of him. So Jerry goes and talks to the reporters and start throwing shots. He started downplaying Micah's value to the team, saying that, oh, he got hurt last year. So he was trying to persuade and convey a narrative of why he hasn't paid Mr. Parsons. He's trying to sway and soothe himself out of giving what's due him. Very nasty. Very nasty. Sometimes in life, something that Jerry Jones needs to do, and sometimes in life, fellas, we just need to shut up. We just need to be quiet. See, Jerry's problem is he talk too much. He got to go to the radio stations. He got to meet with Stephen A. Smith. He talking to everybody but Micah. He talking to everybody but who he really need to be talking to. His ass need to be talking, he should have been talking to his representation instead of the media. So anywho, Deacon Plate. We're gonna have a talk, Deacon. So Jerry proceeds to talk to Stephen A. Smith and other news outlets. He's talking to everybody but Micah and his team. So Micah said that enough is enough. I've had it. If you're not going to pay me what I'm owed, if you're not going to pay me what's due me, then I have to do what's best for me and my house. So Micah then proceeds to request a trade. He shocked the world, shocked the sports world. It was in headlines big that Micah had requested a trade from the Cowboys. And I want to park and talk to some of y'all at home and tell y'all that some of y'all are settling for anything. Some of you guys have been putting in blood. Some of y'all have been putting in sweat. Some of y'all have been putting in tears and still accepting and taking scraps from the man. I'm here to tell you that if they not gonna pay you what's due you, then you got to go. Enough of just sitting by, watching everybody else get their inheritance. And they're not working half of what you working. The day of working like that and not getting what's yours is over. I'm here to encourage you that if you on that job, you putting in hours, you working overtime, and the person under you just got a promotion, and they looking over you. It's time for you to bust a move. See, Micah Parsons was playing for the Cowboys, but he told Jerry Jones and the organization, y'all got to ride up out of here with that bush. You gonna pay me what's due me. And just to give y'all a little context of who this good brother is, he has recorded 52.5 sacks in 4 NFL seasons, joining Reggie White as the only players in NFL history with 12 plus sacks in each of the first 4 seasons of their career. He also holds team records for being the only player to earn All-Pro honors in his first 3 seasons with the Cowboys. And he holds their rookie record for sacks. He's been to the Pro Bowl. He's been to All-Pro honors. He was the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Multi-sack games, has 18 multi-sacks games, tied for the second most in NFL players' first 4 seasons. He's led the team with a rookie record of 13 sacks in his rookie season. Now, if y'all seen the movie with Eddie Murphy, it's a saying that says, that boy good. That boy good. He's a bad boy. So if I put up production beyond of my expectations, how dare you try to steal and withhold my money? But see, that's the thing I love about the God we serve, because nothing is a loss. It's only a setup. I feel my help coming on. We almost done. We almost done. See, some of y'all are giving the maximum and settling for the minimum. I'm going to say that one more time. I said some of y'all are giving the maximum and settling for the minimum. Some of y'all need to, what the young folks do, some of y'all need to clock that T. Some of y'all need to clock that T. That's what they be doing. That there, clock that. See, if Micah was going to stand on business, he has receipts, he has records, and he has the stat line to do what he did. See, in this season, our settling days are over. See, God keeps records. He keeps receipts. And I'm here to tell you right now that you about to get paid. So I'm here to tell you right now, Deacon, let's go a little higher. I said, let's go a little higher. So I'm here to tell y'all right about now. I had to get my shop music, Deacon. Let's go higher. See, not only did he get traded out of the toxicity and the dysfunctional franchise, he went to a greater franchise with a young phenom at quarterback named Jordan Love. He also became, because he didn't settle and requested his trade. See, what one person won't give you, what you owed, another person or another organization will. I'm going to say that what someone won't pay you, another organization will see your value and see your worth and will give you what's due you. And I'm here to tell y'all right now, can I interest you in a 4-year, $188 million and $120 guaranteed? See, when you trust in God, he'll take care of the rest. When you stop settling, you'll start soaring. Now to the Cowboys. Now y'all know y'all done messed up, right? Y'all done left up, now y'all don't have an edge rush. And y'all open up against the defending champions, and you already know what that's finna be. And y'all got the Commanders with Jaden Daniels in your division, and the Eagles and the Giants ain't no slouch. And the last thing that I'm gonna tell y'all and end y'all with is that the seeds that you sow, you shall reap, whether they good or bad. So I'm here to discourage my Cowboy fans out there. is on the way. And for Michael Parsons, the best is on the way. I'm here to tell you that you will get your inheritance. Don't settle for nothing, because what they won't pay you, someone else will. I'm your host. I'm the bishop. And I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity of being on the next stereo podcast. I love you. And I can't wait to come back and grace my presence upon you all. Now, without further ado, we're going to take a commercial break. And after this commercial break, the host of this podcast will continue on with the show. I love